on about a third of the whole track right now. I think maybe a third at least. We passed my favorite supermarket where I got my lunch and my orange juice, but it's all okay. If I find something interesting, I will film it with you guys. Well, you could say a lot about many places here, about most of the buildings. If you think about it, if it's one of the first industrialized cities in the world, almost every industrialized building here is world history, actually, because it's amongst the first factories in the world. So it's definitely world history. No. Absolutely, and there's a bridge which I cannot really show you. See this? I used to go to school there. Used to go there up and down. I remember one day we were insulting a bunch of older kids. I think we were in like maybe fifth grade. Yeah, maybe fifth grade, and we were insulting some people from the 9th or 10th grade, some kids, and so funny. We were three guys, and bro, we were fooling the one guy, saying that, hey, they're coming after us, they're running after us. And the guy, our friend didn't believe us, because of course at first he believed us. We were scaring him, and then after we did that 2 or 3 times, he stopped believing us, and I swear to God, next thing that happened, they ran after us in full sprint. And we were telling him, we were looking back and running and telling him, hey, they're coming after us, for real. And he said, yeah, bullshit. I think, bro, I was flying home, bro. I was flying that day. And because back then we didn't have internet or phones or stuff like that. I was just theorizing at home in my bed before I went to sleep what happened to my friend, bro. I didn't know. I was making up all of the theories. It was one of the most ridiculous stories ever. Yeah.
Eine Stunde zu nehmen.
That was really funny, guys. I think that bridge would be extremely old, and all around the city you have those old abandoned little workshops and little factory buildings, stuff like that. You have to have like old garages and stuff like that, which points to the fact that the city is past its best days. On paper, we don't know the future. Only God knows the future. But yeah, man, it used to be much better here economically than it is today, and that's because of a certain type of ideology and belief that is prevalent here, and you would never really guess why or what person is responsible for that. But I'm coming to that place really soon. Really soon. Yeah. Here you can rent some gear, stuff like that, to build, which I find pretty cool. So yeah, the city had a big plus for the free market economy, as it was like a Kickstarter for the Industrial Revolution, or like something that participated in it pretty good. But worse than that, it actually brought forth a man that was completely against that prosperity, right? And that person, you will find out in just a couple of seconds who that person is. There's a cool little shop. Looks like a shop out of the movies, if you ask me. Like it's a garage. I think it used to be like a fuel gas station. Yeah, so they even built a museum for this guy here. They even built a museum for here, and China donated a giant statue for him. And that person, here's his birth house. It's called Friedrich Engels. It's called Friedrich Engels, and he was a communist, and he was a partner of Karl Marx, who was also a communist. They were best friends, and those guys invented the communist ideology. Here's his birthplace. Dude, this dude messed up the world, and I'm just standing here at the exact same location. One of the deadliest ideologies ever emerged. That's freaking history, if you ask me. But not the good part of history. The very, very terrible part of history. You know. An absolutely terrible part of history. They even named the freaking street after this dude. Which is just ridiculous. But it's a part of history, you know. I will say the museum, not the new one, they had like an old museum in his birth house where they showed the conditions, supposed conditions of the industrial times, you know, how the kids were working. That place was actually pretty cool. Like, they did that pretty good, you know. The way they executed the project was pretty cool. See, this is the whole freaking park. There he was born. There's the statue of Karl Marx. Or no, I think it's him. I think it's Friedrich Engels. But that's a donation from China. So yeah, inside was cool. Yeah, that's about it. You know, interesting stuff, guys. And I will just tune in when I find something more interesting or anything interesting that I could show.